Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of TRBCollectibles. My name's Tom and I will be your guide through this estate sale.
Real bikes. Hey, how you doing? Hi. Good, thank you.
Nice bike.
The whole house is open. There's an upstairs and a basement as well.
Okay.
Some items are priced, but a lot of them aren't. There's just so much here, so we're happy to do pricing for you as you walk around.
Sweet. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Oh, the best of Marvel, 1994. Little did they know. Cool. That's cool. I was going my head.
Now, one of the cool things about this house was the wallpaper itself. Look how detailed it is. It's also, whoever put it on did a really good job. There was no peeling. It was super vintage. They even got it in the closet. Now, this wasn't the only room of the house to feature wallpaper in this fashion. Stay tuned and you'll see more.
Yep. It's the wallpaper. For sure.
Boy, hot dog! Hey, it's Tom from TRBCollectibles. How you doing, pal? I'm doing great. Hey, Mickey. Now, just a little while ago, on that table, we saw a VCR DVD combo. Yes, people still buy those, and yes, they still hold a decent value depending on the brand. I've become very selective when it comes to VCRs and VCR DVD combo players. A lot of them in the past, I used to buy all of them that I would come across, depending on the price, of course. But not all of them sell quite regularly. I've curated myself down to really only focusing on Sony and Panasonic. I really don't buy JVC or any of the other brands. Occasionally I'll buy a Magnavox. But it just depends, because from my experience, those are the two most popular brands when it comes to VCRs and VCR DVD combos. Let me know in the comments down below if you pick up VCRs or VCR DVD combos. So in the basement I came across this Queen CD. It was a dual disc and it was only $1. So if I could make $10 plus shipping on it, which the comms clearly told me I could, I went ahead and I picked it up. This would be the first of a couple things that I picked up at this estate sale.
This is a massive trunk.
The music there, but I don't know. It's contemporary.
Let's talk about the books in the center of the room, in those boxes over on my right. Now, the person that owned this house was very well read. They preferred science fiction and fantasy, but there wasn't a care given when these books were put in these boxes and a lot of these books were mixed, so I spent a lot of time sorting through to see if I could find collections of books, or runs. When I searched up the individual books, they were very vintage, late 70s, early 80s, some in the late 60s as well. But I really couldn't put collections together. A lot of these books were worth $3 or $4 plus shipping on their own, and the buy price point just wasn't worth the flip. The only other concern that I had with these books, because I was thinking about offering for the lot of them, was that they've been sitting in this damp basement for quite some time, and the pages of the book have absorbed the smell. A lot of people on eBay are very picky, and they don't necessarily want their books or items smelling like smoke or damp mold-like smell from a basement.
Yeah, there was a lot of
You
dust
can get that smell out, but it does take some time. Let me know what you would have done in this situation in the comments down below.
Alright.
Oh, look at the little photographs too. Oh. I just can't get into this. This is just gonna drive me nuts.
Here comes another example of that unique wallpaper in this dining room.
Yeah.
The new trend amongst homeowners is to take metal statues from their garden and put them in the hallway to defend the bathroom. Which unfortunately prevents me from doing a Rate the Restroom segment here on TRBCollectibles. Maybe next week. Finding printer ink at estate sales is exciting, but be careful when it becomes expired. eBay does have a rule against it. That does not prevent people from doing it, but if your buyer uses it in their printer, there is potential that it might be dried out and not work and result in a return. It's up to you if you sell it. We have more unique wallpaper. This makes me think, back in the day, like, did they have aisles and aisles of this stuff to choose from, like carpeting? Let me know in the comments down below. I have no idea how to shop for wallpaper. I was very excited to see this TV. I had a very similar TV growing up at my grandparents' house when I would come home from school. I would get to watch it. It would have 13 individual channels, and you would have 13 buttons to get to each channel, and it would be over the airwaves. So if a channel didn't exist, I didn't have it. So I usually had 6 or 7 channels, but I had all the popular shows like Barney, Power Rangers, and anything on PBS. Now in that bedroom, I did find another CD for $1. I found the motion picture soundtrack to Labyrinth, which goes for about $20 plus shipping, so I was excited to find it. But I had an inkling that I wasn't done in the basement, and I needed to try again. But this time I needed to dig a little bit harder because I felt like I was missing something. And I'm really glad I did come back. You'll see why in just a moment. Now in this shoebox I found a Fisher-Price toy that almost resembled laser tag, but it wasn't. You would have a wearable base unit, and then you would have these remotes. It was hide and go seek with technology. Granted, these are very vintage, but cool at the same time. You would press the button to see how close you were to the other person that was hiding. Depending on how far away you were, it would light up red, yellow, or green. The battery compartments were super clean. It didn't have the second remote, but when I checked the comps on eBay, I was very pleased. I picked it up for $5, and I could sell it for $35. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to click that like button. And if you have some extra time, check out some of these other episodes. Thanks!